Good afternoon everyone and welcome to round 5 of the Volkswagen Scirocco League Lobby 2 here at Red Bull Ring. This was a race that was conducted amazingly last year, and up until a certain time recently we were only able just to get the replay today, so I'm commentating on it. We'll have a lot of commentated on action this afternoon. You'll be able to see the round 6 of the Lobby 2 and Lobby 1 shortly on Twitch and on YouTube as well. I'll upload them straight after this, but this is round 5 we're focusing on at the brilliant Red Bull Ring circuit. 20-minute race as always. It's good to be commentating on Lobby 2 again for the first time in 2021, and you can see 9 drivers on the grid for this race. Rally Matt was the man who took pole position. You've got Bigsy in second place, Danzo lined up third on that second row with Snav alongside him in fourth. 1805 was fifth and qualifying with Bursis in sixth, who's got a brand new livery as Bursis. He's not driving the old Top Gear livery that he had before. In seventh we had Roving Island. Duds was eighth near the back, and on the last row of the grid in ninth was Jazzy Just. A couple of non-shows in race 5 unfortunately, but we're going to get things underway then. So we'll press play, see how everyone goes on. I have no idea who wins this race. Apparently it's a cracker, so I'm really looking forward to it. Can't see the numbers or anything on that case, so we'll just judge it off the when the lights go. Now it's a good start from the front row. Rally Matt leads the way. It's a good start from Snav as well. He's on the inside of that Betty Swallock's livery car, but it's Matt who leads into turn 1. Bigsy close enough in second. It's Snav and Danzo side by side going through turn 1. Danzo comes off worse. He's in 4th. 1805 is in 5th place. There's Dud 6th. Then Jazzy Just up to 7th from the back of the grid. It's a good start from him. There's Subursis. He's in the flex tape car. I'm hoping that's not going to be his damage on or anything in that sense. But you can see Snav now up the inside of Bigsy, trying to do what he did in the McGann race. Looking on that one at round 5, he's on the inside coming out. It's a good launch off the corner from Bigsy though. Danzo just threatening to be near on the outside coming towards turn number 4. Snav, he's on the grass a little bit as Danzo. He's got to be careful on the brakes. We'll watch it from Duds' perspective. He's got 1805 in his rear view. That's Bigsy. He's gone off into the gravel. Off goes Bigsy. He's going to lose a lot of ground there. There's 1805 up to 5th. Bigsy's just crawling back on circuit. He's going to fall to last is the Care Bears man, so he goes down to 9th place. Jazzy just looking at the inside of Subursis, who's moved up to 6th place now. And then there's a train of cars. It's 1805 and 5th. Duds is 4th. That's a really good opening lap from Duds from 8th on the grid. He's up to 4th place now. Danzo in 3rd at the moment. Snav 2nd, but Rally Matt is off and up the road. He's gone already. Great time of it at the moment for Rally Matt, our championship leader of course, at this moment in time. He leads the way. Snav in 2nd. He's got Danzo behind him. That sort of matte green car. You see Danzo just looking in the slipstream at the moment. Just going to look towards potentially getting a move somewhere. We're going to flick the replay options on so everyone can see a sort of mile-an-hour indicator and the time left in the session. 1805's picked up a penalty. Must have run wide at turn 1 potentially. You see this queue of cars all fighting over 2nd place at the moment. We're only on lap 2. Subursis a little bit further back. That's Bigsy making a move up the inside. He's got Jazzy Just. Roving Island looking for a move too. Jazzy Just falls back to 8th place at the moment. It's in that newly liveried car. FindMyKit.com. Could be any form of kit to be honest, but he's looking for a move here. Up towards turn 4. He's on the inside. Bigsy goes tight, but he can't turn in. He does turn in though. But Bigsy just fends him off for the time being, so Bigsy hold on to 7th after his escapades into the gravel. Roving Island there in 9th place. Jazzy just taking a very peculiar line, and sure enough he's gone straight off into the gravel trap. I was going to say that looked rather bizarre. He's off, he's back on the circuit now. Burtis is catching on to this train. Not too far away by the looks of things. I'd say he's about a second behind, judging from the distance. That newly liveried car he's got. 1805. Matt is gone. Matt, ladies and gentlemen, Rally Matt is off and up the road. He's miles ahead at the moment. He's about 3.5 seconds clear of the chasing pack behind, which is led by Snav still, who's got a penalty himself. Dud's up to third, Dud's up the inside, he's gone over the curb, that's surely he's all over the place, he's just about held it. He's going to get a slowdown penalty for that though, absolutely certain. They're going to be 3 wide now, coming potentially towards turn 3. Not so much this time, Snav's had to back into 4th. Oh, it's a little bit chaotic at the moment. Danzo's up the inside, a little bit of a lock of the brakes as they go through, a little bit of a nudge for Danzo to move into 2nd. So Danzo takes 2nd place back. Duds trying to squeeze his way back in. You can't put yourself in there, Duds. There's a Volkswagen Scirocco right in that gap. Got to be very careful, doesn't want to collide on this circuit. Danzo's still fending off. So here comes 1805 round the outside. Announces himself in the battle for 2nd place. He's just about got his nose up the inside. Snav can't close the door. A little bit of door-to-door contact. It's allowed Bursis to get himself back into the fight. You see Duds is all over the back of Danzo at the moment. Danzo looking to just hold his line, which he does, but Duds is right there. He's got a good momentum coming out of turn number 7. Danzo, is he going to defend? He's not. This isn't normally an overtaking spot. He's got to get it done properly as Duds, and sure enough he has to back out of it. 1805 up to 4th, Snav 5th, Bursis 6th. Snav's lost another position on this lap. It was all caused by the chaos at turn 1. Duds went flying up the inside. I'm amazed realistically that he hasn't got a penalty from all of that. But he's now in 6th. For Big Z up to 7th. These 5 cars in front of him keep fighting. You'll see this become a 6-car train, and Roving Island isn't that far behind either, and he just set a pretty decent lap time, did the CRT driver. Jazzy just knocking around in 9th at the moment, but Rally Matt up and off the road at the minute. Really good driving from him currently. Danzo on the inside now of Duds. He's having to defend heavily. There goes Snav right up the inside. Danzo's run too deep. 1805. They're all fighting over the same bit of tarmac. Snav's lost the momentum. Bursis is going to have a good opportunity. Duds is on the inside. Bursis sneaks to the outside line. You can see a little bit further up the field. Duds is just on the inside. He's picked up a little penalty. Danzo trying to hold it around the outside. This would be impressive if he can do it. We'll go on board with 1805. Bursis is past Snav in the meantime. Danzo on the inside now as they come towards turn 6. A little bit of a lock-up again from Danzo. Nearly went into the side of Duds. Wouldn't want that for the 2 drivers fighting over this 2nd place. And Duds finally seals the deal 4 corners later. Duds up to 2nd then after starting a fantastic drive from Duds CF14. Bursis in 5th. Snav 6th. I told you about Big Z. He's not too far away from this queue now. Snav's been shuffled down to 6th place. He won't be particularly pleased with ongoing events. He's run over the curb as Snav. He might pick up a penalty there. 1805 has done the same, and sure enough Snav gets a penalty for running wide at turn 9. Not ideal, and Duds has also got one. Now the drivers are quite fortunate really. They could sort of lift off at the 3rd corner, the tight right-hander, and that seems to clear quite a large amount of the penalties. So drivers are using that to full advantage, and Duds has streaked away. Here comes 1805 now on the inside and then the outside for turn number 3. He's going to try and brake later. Danzo's still there. It's Subursus as well trying to get involved. Snav's right on the back of his rear wing. Subursus up the inside. He's got a nice bit of slipstream from Danzo, then Danzo moves across. Snav's involved in all this. Bigsy's watching it a little bit further back. Look at the big train. There's going to be 2 cars side by side going into turn 4. Just about holds on. Snav ghosted a little bit, then came back out of it. Danzo desperately fighting for 3rd place. You could see Bursis is up the inside. Can't quite make that stick. Oh, 1805 looking for a move that wasn't on, but he's been hit forward, and that's allowed him up to 4th. So 1805 gets the position back. Snav up to 5th place, but he's gone deep into that corner. Here comes Bursis, sweeps through up to 5th. What about Bigsy? He's going to go round the outside. Snav's just been out-muscled here. Bigsy in the slipstream, and he's up to 6th. So the Care Bears driver now firmly involved in this fight. Absolute train of cars from 2nd to 7th. A 6-car fight for this 2nd place. Rally Matt off and up the road. It's about 10 seconds clear at this point. After just 6 laps. Absolutely flying is Rally Matt at the moment. Oh, that looked like a car flying off the circuit. That was Snav, who went absolutely flying off at turn 1. Unfortunately for him, that's dropped him right off the battle pack. And in fact, the field's just spread a little bit. Here comes Danzo at the inside, potentially for Duds. Not quite. He's going to get a good exit, but he had to just tighten the wheel a little bit there. Can't get the momentum out of turn 3 he would have wanted, but he's in the slipstream now. Duds, is he going to move to the inside? He sort of thinks about it. Now he holds his ground. Duds has braked a little bit too deep, but Danzo gets a little bit of a hit from behind from 1805, and that stops any potential opportunity for Danzo to take advantage of that little mistake from the CF14 man. You just see little puffs of smoke from Danzo from the front left. Seems to be struggling through turn 6 on the brakes. A couple of times we saw it now. Bursis is right there. Bigsy's a little bit further back, so he's just lost a little bit of momentum while the drivers just sort themselves out again. But this is a fantastic scrap to watch so far. We're only just coming up to the halfway point in this race, but oh, there goes Duds. He's a little bit wide, and Danzo's just going to send one up the inside, which he does. Duds runs out on the curb. He's got to be careful shuffling back in, because 1805 is right there in that frugal gaming car, and Duds does get a penalty for that. 1805, we're gonna ride on floor cam effectively with him as they go to turn 1. He's going to brake a little later. No move doing there. Danzo's run too deep. He's locked the front right this time through turn 1. We'll probably pick up a penalty for that. He does indeed. It's half a second's worth. So Danzo having to defend now coming towards turn 3. He's going to be on the inside for that corner. Look at Bursis trying to get involved as well. He's on the inside of 1805. Danzo gets past Duds. Good move from the Matt Green car there. Bursis is 4th. Here comes Bigsy now. Bigsy getting involved in the action. He's in 5th at the moment. Duds is sweep to the outside for turn 4. So much action going on everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It's really difficult to keep up at the moment. Bursis holds on to 4th. 1805 trying to go around the outside, just holding its position against Bigsy. Good clean fighting between the two cars. Duds is still on the inside of Danzo. It's going to be really difficult to try and hang it around the outside for Danzo. Sure enough, he loses that spot. So Duds back up to 2nd. And 1805 has fended off Bigsy, so he holds 5th position despite the Care Bear driver's advancement. Didn't quite pay off. A little bit further back, you could just see Snav. Just not quite in the slipstream, which is going to affect him. Duds and Danzo still fighting, both phasing in and out. Danzo up the inside. Bursis now looking to try and get a move done. Oh, Duds just sweeps back in front. He had to try and defend that line. It was very marginal. None of these drivers have picked up an additional penalty, so they should be able to clear that. Danzo defensive, Duds defensive. 1805 attacks up the inside. Surprise move from him. Bursis tried to cover the line, but it was far too late. 1805 up to 4th. Brilliant, brilliant driving from 1805 there to snatch that 4th place away. He got lovely momentum too. He's on the back now of Danzo and Duds, who's phased. A little bit of contact. 1805. Oh, they're all trying to fight for the same piece of tarmac. We'll ride on board with Bursis for this, because at the moment Duds is on the outside. Danzo, which way does he go? He slots in behind Duds. He's going to have to try and push him along. 1805 is on the inside. He might get 2 cars in 2 corners. 1805, oh, they're squeezing one another is Danzo. 1805 leans on Danzo for the time being. I think he might just have a car's length. But Danzo kept up the momentum going through turn 5. He's on the inside for 6. Danzo slots it through, runs a bit deeper. Not sure what line Bursis is taking. They're all fighting for the same piece of tarmac though. And Bursis has made it work. He's up the inside at turn 6. 1805 still there. They're right on the limit of adhesion here in terms of the gravel trap. And 1805 just about squeezes through, I think. Bursis doesn't want to give him the space. Bigsy just sat here watching this thinking, what can I do to get involved? As is Snav, who's just about joining the fight as Bursis dives back up the inside of 1805 once more. Absolutely wonderful racing so far. Duds has got a little gap up to Danzo at the moment. Bursis has taken the widest entry line ever. 1805's got it all wrong! And sure enough, from 4th to 7th, the frugal gaming driver has dropped like a stone. It's going to take him a couple of laps to try and get back into that fight. Snav now looks like he's got a good amount of momentum to go up the inside of Bigsy coming towards turn 3, and sure enough, Bigsy just brakes earlier. Not going to fight that too hard and clear a penalty at the same time. What a battle this is at the moment. Not much longer to go either. 6.5 minutes effectively. Danzo trying to defend from Bertus further up the field at the moment. Duds, after starting in 8th place, is on for a podium, but there's still a long way to go. What a fight. What a fight this is. You see the Mag Tools driver just set a personal best there, but the problem that he has with the Red Bull Ring for Duds is that this circuit is such a slipstream fest that there's not much that they can do to try and get away from the other cars. Rally Matt was fortunate enough to get away on the first lap, and that was it. He's gone now. You can see the gap at the moment is absolutely massive. And Danzo and Bertus looking like they've got a little good bit of momentum. He's crossed the line. There goes Duds. Rally Matt's about 17 seconds clear, so much fighting at the moment, and it's just going to continue. Duds cuts the inside of the corner. Maybe you can get away with that on the track limits at the Red Bull Ring. Then there's another sort of battle going on between Snav and Bigsy, and I believe 1805 has unfortunately retired from this race. As you can see, Bertus trying to look for the inside or outside line on Danzo, but Danzo defends currently. Very tight between these three at this moment in time. Snav and Bigsy in 5th and 6th. They're going to have to rely on the front three now. As Danzo is looking for a move on the inside. That's very, very late. He's just about put his nose on the inside line. It's going to be on the outside. He's got through. He's cleared Duds. So Danzo up to 2nd. He's got his position back that he worked hard to get, but Duds is at the inside. Little puff of the front left brake from Danzo's Scirocco. Duds is still there, but he's not quite close enough to make that lunge. But there's still time for these drivers. Absolutely brilliant fighting at the moment. You can see, look how close Bertus is. He's trying to fight for all the tarmac and a bit more of the curbs too. Probably not going to get past the outside through turn 8. I don't think it's going to happen. Duds has just nudged the back of Danzo off the circuit. Will that give Danzo a penalty, I wonder? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just about got away with it as Danzo. Snav's not too far away now, and he's took Bigsy with him. Bertus looking for every opportunity. Another puff of the front left brake. Look at this now. So, Bertus, which way does he go? He's trying to make it 3 wide. Duds has got the momentum at the moment. Danzo's stuck. He's squeezing Bertus as much as he can. They're on the grass almost. Bertus is still on the grass. This is going to end in a car crash if they don't sort it out. Danzo, as late as he does. Snav comes up the inside. Snav makes it out of nowhere, and he's up to 4th. Bertus got caught out. Duds again trying to fight his way back into line. He can't do that. He's got to be careful. He'll pick up a post-race penalty if he's not careful, as Duds. But at the moment, Snav just holding 4th place. Where's Bigsy in all this? He's just waiting. It's the Care Bears, man. It's 5 cars for every single piece of tarmac you can see on the track at the moment. Which way do you go when you're in a fight like this? Absolutely phenomenal. You can just see the drivers all fighting so hard at the moment to keep it the position realistically. Snav's still in 4th. Bertus runs a little bit wider. You can see Bertus, the only one realistically fighting with alternative lines, but it compromised them at turn 3. I thought he was going to go off the circuit when him and Danzo made a little bit of contact with one another. But which way do you look if you're in the middle of a set of cars? Bertus got a good run, but had to back out of it. It's allowed Bigsy a chance. Bigsy sweeps to the inside. Bertus has got a penalty for that. A nice bit of slipstream given for Bigsy further from the cars of the field. Snav moves across on him. Snav still defending from Bertus. Bertus ghosts. Not ideal. It's going to allow Bigsy to now try and go around the outside. He hasn't quite got the momentum he would have wanted. Further back. I say further back, further forward. At the moment, Duds now looking to try and make a move on Danzo as they come towards turn number 3 again. Danzo just phases on the brakes. Duds has launched it over the curb and he's up the inside and through potentially. Snav still 4th. Bertus and Bigsy still fighting for 5th and 6th at the moment. but Snav will ride it on board with him and get the right camera angle, be wonderful. Duds is just about there, but he's not going to try and make a dive up the inside. Danzo's struggling again on the brakes. Snav just about holds on to that line that he was looking to take. He's on the inside. Can he get a move up the inside of Duds? You can see how Snav's car jerks a little bit from side to side due to him being on the controller. But he's having a fantastic race as the Betty Swallow sponsored car. I'm sure Betty will be pleased with her contributions to the main Snav. I believe Rally Matt has gone on to his final lap now. What a fantastic fight we've had for this second place. It's still not over. Could potentially be one more lap to go for these drivers. Soon find out. So, start of the final lap. Here comes Duds. He's on the outside for turn 1. Little bit of race tactical preparation going on. He's just giving Danzo the smallest of nudges. Danzo's just about stayed in front. You can see Danzo. Is he going to move to the inside? He does pretty early on. He's going to stay there. Here comes Snav as well in the background. You see Bertus and Bigsy fighting, but Duds has switched it right up the inside. Danzo's gone far too wide. Danzo loses second place. Not ideal, and he's got Snav all over the rear wing of that car. Will Danzo try and make a late lunge? No, they all go to the inside line. They've all braked a little bit too late. Duds has gone very deep. What about Danzo? Can he try and forge a gap up the inside? He can't. Now he's got to try and deal with Snav and attack. This is going to be so difficult. Snav on the outside line. Duds has gone deep. Danzo's up the inside, but he hasn't quite got as much momentum as he thought he would have. This is the final lap. I'm going to cut forward because we haven't seen him. Rally Matt takes the win here at the Red Bull Ring. It's a fantastic performance. Lights the flag win. We got to cut back though because Snav is now trying to get up the inside. He's on the inside. It looks like he might have almost cleared Danzo into turn 8, which he just about has. Duds is going to probably hold on to second unless he runs wide, which he hasn't done. So it's going to be Duds who takes second place after all of that. What a performance. Snav third, Danzo fourth. Bertus doesn't get 5th. It's Bigsy who takes 5th place. Bertus is 6th. Here comes Roving Island in 7th place. What a performance from the drivers fighting for second place. Jazzy Just 75 will come home in 8th place. What a race. But I've got to say, this man's not been featured at all. Rally Matt, what a fantastic victory for him. But what a fight. What a fantastic fight that was. It was superb to watch. Unbelievable racing from Lobby 2. That was a pure fight is what that was. Duds just about got second then on that final lap. A mistake from Danzo going into turn 3 cost him in the end. Danzo in the end dropped from 2nd to 4th on the final lap. Snav recovered to 3rd after his problems at turn 1, and Bigsy got 5th with Subertus taking 6th place in the end. What a wonderful fight that was from everyone in the end. And that's it for the race on that case. P. Gibb just putting a little comment in there to say that was chaotic. Indeed it was. So that's it for round 5. I'll be commentating again in the next 5 or 6 minutes on Lobby 1's race around Brands Hatch for race number 6. So do tune in a few moments time. I'll be uploading it to this on YouTube shortly as well. So do stick around. See you very soon.